windows. The fog.
This is KB Antonio Bay. Stevie Wayne here, and let me be the first to wish Antonio Bay a happy birthday. We're 100 years old today, and keep a watch out for that fog bank heading in from the east.
100 years ago, between midnight and 1, something unknown came out of the fog. Now it has returned. Jesus. 100 years ago, between midnight and 1, something unnatural came out of the fog. Now it has returned. 100 years ago, between midnight and 1, something evil came out of the fog. Now it has returned. Who's there? The fog.
Antonio Bay has a curse on it. We're all cursed. Some water got in here, but something awful cold, Dan.
I think I'll go to Vancouver now.
Where's the fog now?
It should be right outside my door now.
Oh, there's something different about this fog. Dan, stay away from the door! Someone listen to me!
Get inside and lock your doors. Close your windows. There's something in the fog. Stay away from the fog. From the creator of Halloween, the ultimate experience in terror and suspense. John Carpenter's The Fog, starring Adrienne Barbeau, Jamie Lee Curtis, John Houseman, Janet Leigh as Kathy Williams, and Hal Holbrook as Father Malone. The Fog. What you can't see won't hurt you. It will kill you. Between midnight and 1, it will find you.
And good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday morning on day 18 of 31 Days of Monsters. Today we're going to be talking about 1980's The Fog by John Carpenter. Not a great trailer, I gotta say, for a really outstanding film. This is a really, really good ghost story. Basically, the idea behind this is that Antonio Bay is celebrating its 100th anniversary, and ghosts from the past are coming to extract their revenge on this town for some bad things that happened way back when. And it's very atmospheric. It's not gory at all. It's just suspenseful. Good cast. We have Adrienne Barbeau, Jamie Lee Curtis, Janet Leigh, John Houseman, Tom Atkins, Charles Cyphers, and Nancy Loomis. Some of those names are recognized from their appearance in John Carpenter's first film, Halloween. This was his second, this is the movie following Halloween, which really set him on his course. It was a low-budget film, only $1 million for this whole thing. The studio spent 3 times that much promoting it. But he shot it in an anamorphic aspect ratio to kind of give it a broader and bigger feel. And it doesn't feel like a low-budget film at all. It feels like it's got a much bigger budget than it actually does. As I said, this is a great film, but I have only one bone to pick about this movie. I love the Stevie Wayne character that Adrienne Barbeau plays as the DJ that works out at the lighthouse, and I mean, I'd love to have a studio at this lighthouse. It's so awesome. Look at that. That is gorgeous. She works out of there. This is it today, actually. But anyway, my bone to pick is that somehow Stevie makes some assumption that there's something in the fog. And when the fog is rolling into the town, and she gets on the radio, and she's like in total panic mode. She's screaming into there, "Beware the fog! There's something in the fog! The fog is moving in!" And she's screaming this over the radio. And all I could picture myself is like driving along in my car or sitting in my living room listening to a radio show that she's on, and she's screaming about a fog. You know, nobody else knows that there's ghosts or anything in this thing. And she's like, you know, totally histrionic about it. I mean, it adds to the drama and everything, but I just, you know, that's that one little point where I'm like, well, how does she know there's anything in the fog? She doesn't know. She hasn't seen anything. There's been no reports of anything. So it's a small little beef, but you know, what are you going to do? No movie is perfect. The movie ran short, actually. And Carpenter had to go back and reshoot a bunch of scenes or add scenes to it. The sequence in the beginning with John Houseman, where he's telling the ghost story to the children on the beach, that was added. And a lot of the kind of violent scenes where the ghosts are stabbing people, Adrienne Barbeau getting chased up on top of the lighthouse. Those are all scenes that were added later on to give the film a little bit more running time. He originally wanted this as a PG film, and it ended up getting an R. And I can only assume it's because of some of those scenes, but to be honest, like I said, there's no gore in this movie. So I don't know why it ended up getting an R. Even the languages and such that it would earn an R, but it did, you know, in 1980 for some reason. There's a bunch of shout outs and Easter eggs in here too. If you look in the beginning of when we meet Father Malone, the Hal Holbrook character, he has this assistant there, a long-haired guy, and that's actually John Carpenter, the director, who plays that character. Tom Atkins, he's sort of our hero in this thing, plays a character named Nick Castle. And Nick Castle was the actor that played Michael Myers in Carpenter's Halloween. So you can tell he's he likes to give shout outs to, you know, people he's worked with and stuff as characters. And it's a bunch of people too that he's used in films that were college friends of his. I think Loomis too. The character from Halloween was named after an old college chum of his. There's also a mention of Bodega Bay. Tom Atkins' character refers to it somewhere in there in the film. And Bodega Bay was where The Birds happened. Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds. And in that movie, when Tippi Hedren shows up, it's like all shit breaks loose in that town. And it's similar to when Jamie Lee Curtis shows up hitchhiking in this thing. That's when all the shit happens in this town. So I'm sure that was no accident on Carpenter's part. Let's see, what else can we talk about in this movie? I like a lot of Carpenter's earlier films because I find that he has more characters, as I mentioned in other casts, that having characters that you can care about is important to me. And in some of his later films, you know, he populated films with characters that were just, you know, types or ciphers or just unlikable characters. But in Halloween, in this one, they're characters you really care about. Oh, another interesting piece of trivia is that the main ghost, the one that this guy right here, I think Blake is the name of the ghost character. He's actually played by the makeup artist who designed all the makeup, Rob Bottin. He wanted to have an on-screen role, and Carpenter wasn't so sure. And then Rob Bottin stood up, and he was 6'5", and they needed some tall, imposing dude to play that lead ghost, so he got the role. And Rob Bottin went on to Carpenter's next film as the designer of all the special effects and makeup effects, I should say, in his version of The Thing. And he really, really went to town on that one. I mean, the makeup effects in that movie were just groundbreaking for the day. No CGI or anything like that. And when, the Thing's head, pops off and spouts spider legs and crawls away, that was pretty amazing for its day. So if you haven't seen The Fog, go see it. It's a great ghost story. So let's say good morning to everybody, see who's in the room. We have George Travalos popping in as usual. Say good morning. Good morning, George. Pop Culture Avenger is here. Monster fan. Excellent. Good morning, sir. Cool Cotton. Not missing this one. Is that Cool Cotton or Coolie Cotton? I'm not sure. Otis Rose is here. Good morning, Otis. Scott Pickering, good morning. Best fog effects I've ever seen in a movie. Those fog effects are really cool. And they're just the atmospheric aspects of them are amazing. Hillary says, these are the days when I look forward to each new film by Carpenter. Yeah, I agree. I really enjoyed his earlier works. Ashen Jackal says this is his favorite Carpenter film. I love the campfire story feel to it. Yeah, I mean, who can't relate to a really great ghost story? And this one has it in spades. It's got pirates. I'm assuming they're pirates. I mean, it's just really, really atmospheric and great. What does this monster look like? Haven't the foggiest. Where there's smoke, there's a monster. Okay, yeah. Well, this is what he looks like. But that's the thing, is you never really see what the ghosts look like. They've got these glowing eyes. They're always shrouded in fog. They're holding these meat hooks, and they're just really scary. A lot of stuff happens in your imagination in this film, and some of that, I think that's some of the best horror right there. You fill in the blanks. He gives you just enough for you to fill in the blanks. George likes They Live, The Thing, and Starman. Okay. Once you complete the month, will you be posting a list of the movies you've covered? No, because I don't see the need for a list, because they'll be all lined up in my YouTube channel. So you can always see which ones I did cover. Good morning, Scott Clark. Halloween's budget was only $300,000. Yeah, I mean, the first big budget that he got, where he got actual studio money, real studio money, was The Thing. And that movie tanked. It was only in later years that it was realized as such a, an outstanding horror film. Still not as good as The Thing from Another World, though. Where's that lighthouse? I'll have to check it. It's something Point. It's in California, in Northern California. It's something Point. These are great movies. I also love Big Trouble in Little China and Assault on Precinct 13. I love Assault on Precinct 13. Not as big a fan as on Big Trouble in Little China. Ash and Jackal, good morning. I'm grateful the campfire scene was added because it sets the tone for the whole film. It does. It also ties that whole tale into, a campfire ghost story. I thought that was a great addition. It's funny, the whole story is supposed to take place within 5 minutes. It's like 11:55 when he starts, and he's waiting for the witching hour to be in at 12. But the scene only runs 2 minutes and something, his tale. So, the magic of Hollywood. Let's see, I think I skipped. Man of War's overslept. Well, you can catch it on YouTube. 6 a.m. Graham. 6 a.m. What does that mean? 6 a.m. where you're at? Please hit like and chat. Indeed, if you haven't gone and subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so. I'm only about 150 subscriptions away from the magic 1,000. So please smash the like button and subscribe. Great Halloween movie, Andrew says. Carpenter is great. Yeah, especially his early stuff. Speaking of fog effects, apparently the idea for the fog was originally inspired by The Crawling Eye. Yes. In fact, I meant to bring that in to the discussion. The Crawling Eye was another one of those great films where a creature resides within a fog. This one's coming up. I'll be talking about this one at some point. Saving it more towards the end because it's one of my all-time favorites. Morning. See, Dr. Mask says good morning. Good morning, chat. Late again. Come on, people. This is 9 o'clock. Why is everybody late at 9 o'clock? They Live had one of the best movie lines ever. Is that the bubblegum line that you were referring to? I'm assuming so. Let's see. Who else is here? Ben Schaefer, good morning. Love that film. Shout out to Deborah Hill. Okay, yeah, Deborah Hill was a co-writer and producer of this film. I think it was, wasn't she married to Carpenter at one point? By the time they did this film, Carpenter was married to Adrienne Barbeau, who plays Stevie Wayne. And he wrote her character specifically for her. This is actually Adrienne Barbeau's first big screen role. She was mostly TV, like on Maude. So I think I got everybody covered here. Yeah, I think I got everybody covered. All right. So this is a good one. Check it out if you haven't seen it. Wait, what's this? Adrienne Barbeau was in The Thing too, wasn't she? At least her voice. If her voice was in it, well, she's not in it physically. I know that. If her voice was, I don't know. I don't know what it would have been on. Oh, okay. So Deborah Hill and Carpenter were not married? Okay. I don't know why I thought he was married to her. Oh, George says she was the voice of the computer. Ah, very cool. I did not know that. We got a new face here, Era. Hello and good morning. Okay, so it was the bubblegum line. Come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum. Oh, rowdy Roddy. All right. Well, that'll wrap this one up, gang. Tomorrow, we're going to continue the ghost theme, and we're going to discuss probably the granddaddy of them all, 1944's The Uninvited. It's a wonderful, creepy, particularly for its age, for 1944, ghost story that still holds up. It stars Ray Milland. And if you haven't seen that one, maybe search that one out today and watch it. And we'll talk about that one tomorrow. It's a great one. It's one of the classics. So tomorrow is Monday, so we'll be back to our 8 o'clock broadcast. So set your alarms, wake up, don't oversleep, and we'll see you tomorrow to discuss The Uninvited. Thanks. Bye-bye.